Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. I'm the Mysterious JG, and yeah, what the hell is this going to be, freaking Fiend Colony? Fiend Colony is the name of the, I guess, spoiler, it's the name of the optional dungeon in the Mihen High Road. A Chocobo found the cave, so I bet it has oodles of treasure. Wait, how does that follow? Chocobos are a lot more reliable than Clasco ever was. She hates Clasco. Clasco, like, you know, spurn your advances at some point down to... whatever. Mihen High Road. I think Mushroom Rock Road will actually be... let's warp in here and hopefully we don't automatically get into a cinematic I don't feel like watching. We're good. This will actually start us off significantly closer to where we want to go than had we warped into the Mihen High Road itself, because our entrance point there is always the Lucas side of the high road. They're so fucking lazy. Those boxes were there in the previous game because they were moving Sin Spawn to attract Sin, because they were going to try to defeat it using Machina. I think even in Final Fantasy X, I can't remember, but if you go back to that screen after Operation Mihen, I think they're gone. Maybe I'm giving Final Fantasy X too much credit. Anyway, the interesting thing about this dungeon we're about to go to, I didn't find it on my first playthrough of the game. Which meant that when I looked at Shinra's bestiary, there was a couple of enemies, all with the same silhouette, that I never found in the game. And it's because they chillax here, in this dungeon. He scored soft times 5. This must be the portal the Chocobo found. Do you want to go inside? Yep, yep. So they couldn't even, like, just go in and change the area art and add a cave entrance. They put, like, a portal. Anyway, yep, yep. And if you walk out of this cave, you just appear at this portal. Give me a break. Yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, I forgot to start the video timer, so, oh well. Alright, so in order to actually see and oversoul a bunch of enemies that we don't encounter in other places, we're going to want to ditch the, Charm Angle for a while. I don't want to use the Lure Bracer, I don't want this to take forever. And there's a secret about this place where there are walls that can be destroyed using bombs. Which we'll learn about if we ever get to encounter enemies. So, hug bugs. This is like the only new enemy in the entire freaking game. I think. Well, yeah, there's an enemy we haven't encountered yet. I don't want to give away. But yeah, that enemy, like, type isn't in Final Fantasy X. It's like pretty much the first thing we've encountered that wasn't already in Final Fantasy X. It's not a recycled enemy animation. They actually made a new enemy, and it's a bug. About the Fiend Colony. The tunnels of this cave are blocked by thick walls. You'll need to use explosive items like S-bombs to blast your way into the colony's interior. This looks like a good wall to blast through. First, press square to access your explosives. Then you can select which type to use. Keep blasting until the wall crumbles. Some walls are harder to blast than others. There are 3 kinds of explosives, each with a different strength. Press square. Now select the type of bomb you'd like to use. Then choose an amount. You open a small hole in the wall. It looks like that wasn't enough. Try setting more explosives. So, basically, the Fiend Colony, you can, Fiend Colony map. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. You can use different amounts of explosives to try to get through, and, the strength of the walls, varies, and trying to find one that actually kind of explains. Yellow needs 5 S-bombs. Green walls use 5 M-bombs. Blue ones you'll need 9 L-bombs. So basically it just tells me the strength of the caves. The walls. So if we can use 4 more S-bombs, should finish this one off. You follow the map if you're tougher. I don't understand what that's the map I'm looking at has ones that are marked red. Oh, if you succeed in blasting the wall, a new pathway will open up. There's also fake blastable walls where you just fight an enemy. That's what these red ones are. Alright. I got an M-bomb. Another wall. You know the drill. Just gonna use 1 M-bomb. Unit sure does enjoy blowing things up. You made a huge gash in the wall. Keep at it. Go ahead and get this wall out of the way. Yeah, so you can see how this would get tiresome after a while. Because I'm trying to use them. I'm trying to minimize how many of these I need to use. One last thing, you can try using explosives on walls that won't crumble or on things besides walls, but who knows what will happen. If you leave the colony, all walls will be restored. So you kind of need to do this all in one shot. Anyway, if you face a wall and the unit looks normal, fine. But if you face a wall and unit's skirt is fluttering, then you should try to destroy it. That's not wind, that's fiend's breath. Oh my god. So there's this. And you fight something that uses space madness. So...
Alright, hand it over.
Try stealing from it. Luckily that attack missed. Remedy times 2? Okay, well that's not worth worrying about. I don't know if we can learn Stone Breath, or if we even care to in this game, because bad breath does petrify in this game.
Now's as good a time as any.
These things are undead, so they don't oversoul. There's really no particular point in fighting this, other than you get item drops, and it just feels like a more complete run if you do that. Not to mention, if I wasn't sitting here with a map, I wouldn't be able to tell which ones were fiends and which ones were walls, so I would need to try them all. It's got a lot of hit points. I mean, I'm fighting it using the tactics I was using against, like, Ultimate Weapon. And it took about as long to defeat. So that didn't really do very much good for us. So there's a Mega Phoenix behind this, which I guess is worth getting. Well, it said there's a Mega Phoenix back here.
Yuna, Mighty Mouse.
Yuna, Mighty Mouse? Trying to give you an opportunity to oversoul. You gotta kill them one at a time and give them, you know, because it oversouls on its next turn after you defeat a certain number. It seems like, yeah, like this. According to the map, this should be a destroyable wall. But her skirt wasn't blowing, so I guess they're cheesing me a little bit here. Mega Phoenix. Alright. So we head this way, we run into another wall, go figure. Most of the walls can be destroyed with 5 S-bombs. There is a treasure awaiting us up here somewhere. You would just have to really slowly go through, carefully searching. If you didn't have a map. You just have to, like, okay, now they're oversowing, so I actually want to start escaping from them now, so that I can get all the different, like, bug subspecies to oversoul. Would you run, Yuna, for crying out loud? So here, there's a wall. And if I come through here, there's a treasure. But yeah, the annoying thing is you do really need to do this all in one run, because for some bizarre reason, the walls regenerate. Makes sense a little bit from a gameplay perspective, not at all from a, like, an actual logic perspective. Going through bombs awfully fast, though. I might have to start killing enemies just to get bombs. Oh. Empty chest. Oh, sorry. I was reading the map. Shouldn't have given away the big spoiler here of what's coming. These little creepy crawly fiends like to cast water magic, apparently. Look at all the treasure! It's empty. It's empty. Not sure what the point of this is, but I've got treasure over here. No, actually I don't. I've actually got a wall over here that leads to a fake wall, where I end up with a fight. But in the spirit of doing a full clear of the place, I'm going to knock it down. Not to mention that you need more bombs here. Your favorite, more bombs. And since this is a fake one, I'm just going to do one little bomb, just to make it know that we mean business. We were ambushed by a big rock. In the stumbling madness of stone breath, here comes the all-time loser, headlong to his death. Yeah. It's locomotive breath, the Jethro Tull song, only as stone breath. That's pretty zany, huh? Alright. You can't curse me, I quit. I'm doing for time. Yo, this is gonna take a little while, isn't it?
Good thing I saved this.
Well, you know, I've got like a third of it cleared, it seems like, almost. Maybe not. At some point, I might need to consider putting on the Charm Bangle just to make this move faster. But I want to... Creepers and hug bugs, that's all I'm really encountering. And I'm pretty sure I can come back here later on if I need to. And that being the case, yeah, let's go ahead and get that going. Because I believe the boss of this area is a souped up version of the same, which means I should be able to fight the oversold version of it by keeping those guys in oversoul mode. And unless I start running out of bombs, which is possible, we should be good to go. So that's the 5 treasure chests. Let's keep going this way. The wall behind them you can blow up, and that's actually got most of what's left of this place behind it. Now you don't need to blow it up, but I feel like being a completionist. There's another one right here that leads to the same general place. So if I come up short 5 or 6, however many bombs I just used there, then that makes me kind of an idiot. Because they both lead to the same little hallway where there is a wall waiting to get blowed up. Although frustratingly, it doesn't appear that it's marked. These bombs don't work the way I thought they did. I thought the M bombs were 3S bombs, so 2 of them would be worth 5S bombs. Anyway, I got another white tome. Now there's a little path down here, and what do you want to bet that at the end of it, something you can bomb. Fiends are visiting from Europe. Oh, hexapod. Is that new? Might be. We can't run from this one, so I guess we just have to go back to fighting these guys until they're oversouling again. Or at least we'll get some bombs out of this.
There's enough pain to go around.
Insane in the pain brain.
No problem.
So now we need to kill more enemies to get them back into oversouling mode. So get equipped with Soul of Tommaso for no particular reason, brother, other than the fact that it's not the Charm Bangle. I'm lost. Okay. This map is a little confused.
Let's finish this lickety-split. Think we can break our record?
Let's just win.
Baby. Yeah, I'm looking at this map here. It's like, oh, okay, never mind. There's one more wall that needs to be destroyed before I get to... Yeah, the map is accurate. I'm just reading it wrong. We're good. But I kind of forgot for a minute. I really got to defeat these guys one at a time to make sure that I oversold them. Because if you need to kill 2 more to oversold them and you end up killing all 3 with 1 shot, I think that can mess up your count. Hopefully somebody will just oversoul here, but... Okay, that didn't do it. Do you want to oversoul now? I'm going to give you another turn. Okay. If it's in the middle of a turn, it probably won't oversoul. It'll just finish what it was doing, so... Now, this one is going to require I think they said 5 M-bombs. And that'll get me an elixir. Yay. Just trying to do a full clear here. It's not necessarily every single treasure totally worth the time and energy, but give you a second to get another turn, just in case. Nope. Really should have oversold, pal. Then you could have lived. Alright, so I was checking my clock there. That's why I didn't zip through the time remaining. Alright. You fucking camera angle. Thinking that going through these carefully one at a time, they'll eventually... Somebody should freaking oversoul here. Guess not. So now we're making our way... on the map, we're like, yeah, between halfway and maybe a third of the way and halfway cleared here. But we gotta make our way back to where those empty treasure chests were and hit the wall behind it. Hack, slash. Okay. And that's why you gotta slow it down. That guy was in the middle of a turn, so it didn't oversoul, and I could have started attacking it thinking that they weren't oversouling yet, but they were. Now I can put the charm bangle back on, and keep an eye out for Yuna's dress moving around, bearing in mind that sometimes, even when there is a wall you can destroy, we don't get that animation. Like here. So it's not reliable at all. Other than that, up to this point, there has not been a time where that animation showed up and we see. Look at that. Wow, that particular wind was like sucking on my skirt. It's kind of weird. A little creepy, actually. Alright. So this is the another 5M bomb one. Then there'll be a 5S bomb one. You know, if I'm gonna if I have to fight around here anymore, I should probably switch over to having everyone using the Lady Luck dress here because they've got double items with that. So now I've got one that actually leads to fiends, which means that I'll have to go. I didn't realize there was another battle full of fiends coming up. Because I guess just units probably enough. Because now I'll have to do more fighting because they'll be oversold and
I guess there's no choice.
didn't really matter what unit did there. But hopefully this means we'll get a whole bunch of bombs. Yeah, I think that was a bunch of bombs. And I guess we better start encountering enemies again. Good news is that looks like that is the last time we encounter a treasure chest that actually has enemies in it. Although there are some more false walls we'll have to fight. If I feel like being a full clear kind of guy. And a dude. And with Yuna as Lady Luck, the damage I take from darkness isn't getting repaired, which means eventually I'll have to actually pay attention to that fact.
All right.
Two Dark Knights lead a gambling lady. I don't know what the hell what the hell the Lady Luck dress sphere is actually supposed to be about. That's not wind, that's Fiend's breath. Oh wow, I didn't notice a animation of Yuna getting knocked onto her face before as part of that. This is Sparta. We'll go with Heiska, and it'd be fun to try to see what we get for bribing this guy. When I say fun, your mileage may vary.
Any better?
Really screwed that up there at the end. There we go. Assuming this thing isn't immune to bribe, and I don't think it is immune to bribe. We should get a neat little item out of this. Assuming Yuna isn't driven mad first. We got fairy earrings times 4. And a very confused wall ran away from us. Time to call it a video yet? Not quite yet. I was really hoping I could finish this in one video. It does not look like that is going to be the case. So there's another wall on the right. There's kind of alternating paths here. Let's go all the way. Let's skip that one for now because that's the one that actually leads deeper into the dungeon. Dungeon Doom, dudes. I believe, the good news is I believe we'll have enough bombs overall to clear this place out. So there's a treasure chest here. Oh, elixir, we actually missed a treasure chest. Let's back down and get it. There'll be a treasure chest here, so it's not quite alternating the way I thought it was. There's 2 in a row over here. Oh, none of them are that weak. I got confused. One S-bomb isn't enough for anything except a false wall where you're just gonna get a fiend to attack you. Oh, never mind.
Thanks for playing.
Many thanks for your playing. I guess I should showcase on screen at some point the Tantalize move. It just casts Confuse, but it does get its own like special animation, so. Riku's accuracy is pretty low. I think she missed one in the last battle, too. Hi guys, I'm gonna sit down. It's sexy. Bug. You know, I didn't give it a chance to oversoul. But I feel like we fought a lot more than that quantity of that enemy last time before it started thinking about oversouling for us. So if we come up all the way near the end, we'll get another false path. That leads to a monster. And we'll We'll give this guy a chance to potentially oversoul. Bye, miss. Nothing seems to give you S-bombs, actually. It's the... At this point, I need to start using those L-bombs I've got, because... Okay, that time Yuna didn't fall over, so I don't really get what's going on with that. Sometimes Yuna falls over, sometimes she doesn't animations. I also don't know if it was really worth the effort to use slots against this thing. But I'm glad that I gave Yuna Ribbon, because it's just occurring to me now that I've been fighting guys using the Stone Breath, and the Dark Knights are only okay because of their dress sphere. I think at this point I've got enough bombs to last the entire duration. So switch her back to the Alchemist so that she can start healing people who've been using Darkness. And Bob's your uncle. He is. Don't even pretend he's not. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for this video. When we come back, we will finish the Fiend Colony and then probably find something else to do. Assuming that it doesn't take a whole video to finish the Fiend Colony, which it might, we'll probably just get into something non-committal to round out a video, because I think this will be the... I want to finish the Fiend Colony, and then I'm essentially done with this particular sit-down recording session. So, next time, folks, we will clear out one of the last optional dungeons in the game.